A lot of visitors, TRV holders who come to Canada are often found struggling through pathways when they want to convert their visitor visas into a permit to stay longer. So their only demand is to, we don't want to go back, we want to do something, we don't, we want to stay here longer. Obviously, the first choice is always a work permit, because then you get to skip the agony of studying, and while not a lot of people want to study, they are always looking for jobs. We all know getting jobs is not that easy, because that is to be accompanied with an LMIA if you're inside Canada. And if you're not able to find an LMIA, comes the savior, the study permit. After recent changes announced by IRCC with regards to provincial attestation letters, everybody has been doubtful around doing visitor visas to study permits inside Canada. So today's video, we will talk about a little more clarity into this process. So if you are interested, and if you are a visitor inside Canada or coming soon, then you should be watching this video up until the end. I'll see you on the other side. Guys, welcome back once again. My name is Sahil and I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant, and I practice here in Ontario. My office is here. If you have to get in touch with me, my number is on the screen and the details are there in the description box. More than happy to speak with you. Before we proceed any further, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon, because we talk a lot about Canadian immigration. And if you are an aspirant of moving to Canada, then this is the channel that you must be subscribed to all the time. So guys, we are talking about study permit applications from inside Canada, and especially with regards to the recent changes that IRCC had announced with regards to additional requirements, GICs, provincial attestation letters. So I get tons of questions, so I thought of clarifying them today. While we have made a couple of videos on the whole process of how to convert a visitor visa to study permit, but the recent changes again increase the complexity. So there are three important things which I wanted to put in front of you. One, yes, you are still very much allowed to apply for a study permit inside Canada if you are still following one of the exemptions as laid out by IRCC, probably holding a previous permit, spouse's permit, etc., prerequisite way, all of that. If you still have that, you can still apply. Especially if you're going through the prerequisite way, the second important update is that as per the portal, if you try to make that, the exemptions under 215I or 215 one of the IRPR, immigration, the regulations that we follow, it is still under the exemption category, which means you can very well go ahead and apply. You don't need a PL if you are applying for a study permit inside Canada. Okay. And third, the LMIA is not required in this, obviously you know that, but more importantly, GIC is also not required, because applying inside Canada, GIC requirement is not there. It is only for people who are applying from certain countries. Canada does not happen to be a part of that. Although you should still be showing availability of funds so that you can pay the first year fees and enough funds to cover your basic expenses. So that doesn't go away. Only GIC per se, the specific document, goes away, but requirement of funds is still there. Okay. Another bonus update is that English language requirements or French language requirements was never there. It is not mandatory to have IELTS by IRCC for a visa application. Although the officer may have a suspect that you may not be able to talk in English if you're not from an English speaking country or whatsoever. So it is not a mandatory requirement, but colleges on the other hand, universities on the other hand, do require IELTS if you want to get an admission. So you see how there is a counterbalance. Like visa application, you don't need IELTS. College application, you need IELTS, right? So you need to probably find a college that requires prerequisite courses of English and all of that you can definitely do. Fifth and important step that you must take care of. If you have the thought that you come to Canada on a visitor visa, convert it into a study permit, then you can call your spouse on open work permit. Then this is not going to be easy, because you have to be going to a master's degree program or bachelor specific one. But generally, you have to be doing a master's degree program if you want to still qualify to invite your spouse on spousal open work permit. Okay, so that condition is still active. So that's why we wanted to apprise you about what are the changes. So if bringing your spouse to Canada is one of the objectives, then you should be, after getting a study permit, or at the time of study permit, you should be doing a master's program. Guys, I hope we gave you a lot of information. If you are coming to Canada, or if you are already inside Canada looking for study permits, if LMIAs are not your not happening for you, if you're not able to get a job, then study permits are still a very good pathway. Converting and a good success rate is what we have seen personally so far. We are pretty happy with the program, and we hope you get your success too. If you have anything in mind, if you want to discuss anything, please feel free to schedule a consultation. We would be more than happy to speak with you. Once again, we wish you all the best, and we really hope to see you soon in Canada. All the best.